So we out here. So we doing it. We streaming Arknights again. I want to get to what I was talking about. I want to explain what I mean by the thumbnail, but I want to wait for there to be more people in here, the regulars that show up here, for me to yell at you. Not necessarily in a super negative way. I was bringing this up on my Discord like last night and maybe even a day or two ago, where I was just like, I have bones to pick. They're very small bones. They're not big bones, but bones nonetheless. I'll pick a bone for Doggo. He's right there. He's right. You can see like the edge of him, this little like black lump here. That's his leg. I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, buddy. Exciting. Hello. Hi, what's up, bud? He was so comfy until I said his name. Hi, come here. Here, big boy. Oh, the old boy. There's the big boy. Oh, big doggo. So my sister and her boyfriend are not in the house today. They are in a different city at a ball game. So we sitting here with the dogus. He's an old man now. He's like, I think 9? I'm pretty sure he's 9 this year. Hello. Baby boy. He's still a good boy, but he's also very much a dingus, and he has no brain capacity left. I know you can't really see him on screen here, but there he is. Hey, buddy. Good boy. So he's been hanging with me because he doesn't like to be alone, because he's a big pansy when it comes to being left alone. Not necessarily, he's better with separation than he used to be, but he still does not like the idea of being in a different location from somebody else in the house. So, and his bones are so old, I have to basically help him down the stairs. I have to like support him by like holding my hands right underneath his neck to like give him some chest support as he goes down the stairs. Because otherwise he just won't. And he can't make it down. He's got old bones. But otherwise, still a good boy. Okay, so I think we're starting to get a few more people in here. 50, 60, it's climbing. I still want to make sure that I've got as many people as I can to yell at you. Also, I'm not going to be yelling at everyone. I want to make this very clear that I am aware of how chat works, and I know that what I was reading wasn't what everyone was telling me to do. But the comments that I ended up actually seeing, and I did kind of like weigh it in my mind. I was waiting for multiple people to say the same thing, to like act as a collective decision, kind of like a vote. And some of the things that people picked for me, now that I've played the game for 12 straight days, I'm a little bummed about. I'm a little bit disappointed that some of the things were even brought up as options compared to other ones, which is what is bugging me, because I have learned a little bit about this game just by playing it. It's not really even that chat lied, you know? Like, it's not that they did anything intentionally sabotaging to my game. My account isn't ruined, you know, like whatever. That didn't happen. But there are just small ones where I'm like, that would be cool if I had known that when I was asking about it. But also some of them are entirely because of my gameplay style that I didn't even know. And it's not like I'm expecting you all to know. So I had to figure those out, but it was just a very unfortunate side discovery in this. The first major one is Milanta on the thumbnail was there for a reason. People told me that she was great. She is, and I mean unrealistically so. She's stronger than half of my team right now, Like, it is, as far as like just raw damage goes, people really undersold her. So it's not even that you guys like misdirected me. You literally said she was good, but you did not like make it clear how fucking built she gets immediately. That she does like 3 slice kills for like most enemies. It's nuts. It's fucking wild. Like, that's one of them. That's probably like the most like, okay, that's a little bit on you guys for not like really clarifying, but also me not knowing the game and then realizing how the stats work, and I've learned that a little bit better now, so I'm more comfortable with it. But there are other ones that I am disappointed in. And one of them was one of the votes we did where we had the options for what character for me to pull from one of those like freebie cards. And you guys all voted Mountain. Don't get me wrong. Mountain is pretty good. I've only used him a few times, but I realize how strong he is. He has a really solid punch for being a guard and having some beef in his ability to hold a lane. That much I've discovered by using him. However, I kind of want to wait for the ad to be done. I'm not sure if multiple people get those. It's probably individualized. So, however, though, we voted again, like in favor of Mountain. People voted against Thorns, who I've now seen is one of the best all-arounders in the entire early game, hands down, and probably mid-game too. And nobody really said that, and then they voted Mountain. While they knew that, they gave me Mountain instead of Thorns. Because Thorns is like insane, apparently. Only at E2. I don't believe that. I mean, like, sure, it probably gets better, yeah, but like, bruh. I think you all underestimated how fast I was gonna climb in this game, which, to be fair, so did I. I'm not like saying my entire team is E2, but my entire active team right now is mid E1 and low E1. It's all elite. I've got an entire elite squad. Everyone that you saw the last time I streamed this game now has Elite 1 status, and then some. I have been playing for 12 straight days and multiple times a day, grinding and doing the supply runs and everything. So I don't have Thorns right now, and I'm starting to get to that point where it'd probably be nice if I had Thorns. But that's just one of a few. Other ones where people were talking about the base. The base was fine. I figured it out. I don't know how people are going to react to my theory. I haven't looked up anything on how this game works with the base. I'm going off of feel and like how I've figured out the system for this game and like how things are flowing for me, right? Like how I'm understanding the base and how I want the base for myself to work. It might not be ideal. It might not be the right way, but fuck you. I'm not listening to that. I'm doing the base my way. I'll tell you what that is when we get there, but like I'm understanding the way that the base goes in my brain, and I'm working with it. Also, everyone overhyped Myrtle immediately. That said, I still did give her Elite 1 because I can see the value in getting her to farm now that I'm starting to get more elite characters and I'm seeing how that balance is starting to tank. You know, like I am, it's way too much exhaustion on the points I have to spend. So I don't really use her right now, but I have a feeling she's gonna be real soon. Like, just how expensive people start to get in time. But a lot of people initially were like, yeah, Myrtle's great. I had a few people did correct me and be like, okay, Myrtle's great, but not like early. So like I listened to that. But so many people were like, use Myrtle immediately. She is the best. And I was like, okay. So I did initially, and then I realized, I think within the second stream I did, that she was mid for what I needed at that point. That said, still useful, and I understand it. That's why she got E1. But there's plenty of others here. So this, I left this up just because I opened the first game for the first time today, just before starting stream. So one, you can all see that I have been here for 12 days straight, and I will definitely continue on. I'm not tired of the game. I'm not mad at it yet. We will see in time. I haven't played any of the actual missions. I haven't done any of the story stuff, none of the side story stuff, none of it. I've only been focusing on grinding for the past 12 days. And that said, I'm still not like daily, like, I'm daily grinding, but not like making it my whole job to do that. So I haven't. But yeah. Let me pop on in here and get all my other claimings. Let me turn up the volume here. There's that. All right. I think I got all those. Yeah. Let's do this one and this one. Why not? Let's see what we get. Got an 800? Yeah. Okay, cool. And we got to get, oh, see this. Great, fantastic. You get this tomorrow. Cool. News and updates. All right. Ooh, I think my base is struggling a little bit right now. Too much production. That's what's going on. We got some tired people probably, most likely. Got stop trades. Okay, that's why. So this is starting to cap out a little bit. There we go. Got one fatigued operator in the control center. Who is it? Oh, it's all of them. Okay, that makes sense, actually. Let me swap these out real quick. Bap, bap, bap. Go to work, you lazy shits. You three, go to the dorms. Clues. Let's do this. We got clues. Ah. I need one clue here. From G. Unlock it. Let's go. Look at all these people. I think I have more friend slots now. I haven't streamed since I've upgraded the reception room, but I went up one more. Oh, did I forget to grab the thing? I did. Give me a second. Boop. Cool. Cool. And now let's do these. Bop. 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 Oops. Bop. 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 Look at all those clues. All right. So, this is my center. So this is my everything. This is what I've been spending my time on. And my plans are to basically make this whole, or rather, I was going to initially make this whole bottom row factories, but the more I thought about that, the more I'm like, I should probably have another power plant. So like 2, 3, 3. I was thinking, or sorry, 2, 4, 3 rather. I was thinking that this might be like 2, 5, 2, but I don't know if the power plants will have enough for that. So I was figuring 4 factories is probably plenty, and that just like getting the trading posts what they are is fine. You know, like, it doesn't seem like I'm only just now reaching into the realm where like these are acquiring faster than these are producing, and I still need to unlock the ability to clean out the rest of this, because I can, but I don't have this, which I can only get from this, which I haven't done yet because I've been working on everything else. But that's all fine and good. I won't worry about that too much. But I like having big dorms. I've kind of customized these a little bit too. My dorms, like, I haven't put that much work in them, obviously, but I have used some of the points that they give you to figure this out and do some, like, rough additions and swaps to make them a little bit more livable. So that's a thing. Love her. I've learned to really enjoy her. She's just fun zooping around on her skateboard. It's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Maybe not my favorite character, but that's just because she doesn't really have any value in the game for me at the moment. But yeah, so that's my base.
Konnichiwa, Doctor.
I have used drones a few times. I just haven't overvalued it either. Okay, let me fucking... I do need some of these. I do need some of these. I actually have plenty of these at the moment. I'm doing quick maths in my head, sorry. I'll go with these. I've honestly got a few of the rest of these, so I'm not too worried about those. My recruits, that's right. I haven't... These are just going to be 3 stars. I know it. Let's not even watch the animations. We all know what these are. It's lava again. Let me guess, the next one is Spot? Maybe. Oh, Hibiscus. Wow. I have not gotten any good ones. I have tried to refresh to get, like, the decent things on here, but not a single one has mattered. Whoopsie. I forgot that resets. That was my bad. Oh, wait. Nah, okay. It's all good, though. I just let them roll. Don't use tags. I can use them whenever I want to, bruh. Don't worry about it. I just let them go. Okay. I haven't used my free roll today, and I've been saving my points and everything. So we shall see. Ah, okay, who is it? Oh, the Doberman. Look, somebody I use all the time. Okay. Headhunt. I've got a few of these because I haven't been using any of them. Let's see who we get. Whip. Oh, Jesus. I've already maxed you out, Cruz. Get out of here. Nobody cares. Disgusting. All right. Ah, what the hell? Ah, Jesus Christ. That's vile. That's so gross. Okay, at least this one's blue. Sure. Jesus Christ. That was awful. That was literally shit. Okay. But I've got plenty of this. So let's go. I know Click is good. I've actually used Click pretty exclusively. Whoa! Wait a minute! Are we gonna get the boy?
Konnichiwa, Doctor. Podenko desu.
Who we gonna get? Please, look, I haven't gotten you yet. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
ドクターってあなたのことでしょうか。はじめまして。
Okay.
私はカッター。ただの傭
She's
兵
new.
だ。
Neat.
オリパシーを患ったので。
I don't have you yet. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, give me you.
ドクターって
We're manifesting you right now.
はじめまして、ドクターくん。はじめまして、ロープ。
Oh, oh.
ただいま。
Uh,
そうそう。
come on!
って本名でサインしたんだ。
I can't get you once, bitch.
ようやく堂々
Not
と
a single time. It's all Blaze. I think I have her maxed out now.
ドクターは
I think I have her
これまで通り
potential maxed at this
ブレイ
point.
ズって呼んでいいからね。
Or really close. Fucking 2 Blazes. It's okay, we're going gambling again. We're going again. Can we get you this time? Nah, we can't.
こんにちは、ドクター。
Okay, hello Podenko. I have never used you once. Nope.
はじめまして。
Hey, it's Myrtle.
あなたがドクタ
Okay.
ー？
I don't think I've quite maxed her out yet, so that's actually a decent thing. Oh, you. Gross.
行動を呼び
Get out of here, Orchid. You're only good for office work, bro. Get the fuck out of my face. Alright. Nah.
私はただの戦場清掃員に過ぎません。
That's fine. Okay. So now you're gonna see my operator squad. As you can tell, I've been working on it. And this is why I'm not against having Blaze be there, because her getting, like, more potential is always good. Let's go. Let me just throw all these on here. Yeah, okay, Myrtle's now max. Let's go. Got another... I haven't used Jessica in a while. Just because Cruz has been carrying my ass. There's... I've been using Perfumer a bunch. I really like her healing pattern. Nothing there. Okay, that's alright. She was a new one. My brain kind of went on autopilot there. Got some potential for her. Potential for her. Potential for her. You all get potential. You all have potential eventually. Potentially eventually. You'll either be used or never. And she's maxed out? Yep. Oh, I still had another one for her. That's right, I got her twice. And I missed her. Neat. So again, here's my operators. Here's what I've been working on for the past, what, 2 weeks? Just shy of 2 weeks? And that's what we got going on. I actually didn't really think about putting her into elite. I don't know why I did, because I had Cruz, and honestly, she's there. And if I need another a sniper, I usually just use more casters because they're a little bit more useful for me. Yeah, I use Click and Haze. That's why Click is right here. But I like Haze too. The only reason I like Haze is honestly vibes. But like also a slightly different attack pattern as well. Like the range here is a little bit more with that. But otherwise they're you know, it's like doesn't really affect me too much. I haven't gotten to the point where like that sort of granularity is important at all. But as far as like general attack goes, 430 versus 237. I know that one is promoted, the other isn't, but can I? Okay, I have not yet, so. But I do have Surfer, fully maxed out potential Surfer. She has been a lane holder for me, surprisingly. Basically, if I have Surfer and one of my casters, no matter who it is, everyone's fucked. And then I found out Malantha is as good as she is, and then I was like, Jesus Christ. So that's also a factor. I have been leveling up their skills. Don't act like I haven't. You just haven't seen that I have on specific ones. I meant to do hers one more. That's why I got those things. There we go. I have a few people on like 3s and I think one on 4. Yeah, Malantha's on 4. So yeah, she's on 3. It's not like I haven't been. She's on 2. She's on 2 still. Do I have enough for her? No, I've got these things I need, right? So yeah, it's like I have things. I've been doing things. She's on 3. I've been leveling up skills level 3. Yeah, I haven't needed more than level 3. I've just barely gotten past E1. The fuck you mean? The newest story mission I have requires E1, I think 35. It's level 3-4. So like I'm not concerned at this point. I will get more into the levels as I worry about getting their health from not being fucked royally by casters and high defense. So more health, more ass kicking. And Amiya has been carrying my DPS. She has. Mountain is dead. He's down here. Again, I haven't used him much. I've been using Lappy and Blaze and now Malantha, so it's like I don't really need another lane holder. I do have him on one of my auto runs because he's a wall, but I didn't really need any more than that. If I need a wall, the way I've mostly been handling that is having Gummy or Baseline and basically setting them up next to, like right behind one of my guards or vanguards to keep like dripping them support and health. And if I do that, nothing happens on that lane. It's a lane holder. I've discovered that tech real quick. But I've been using them specifically for that. I just haven't he's the only one I haven't leveled up, and I probably should have done him instead of her, but I think his requirements were a little weird. Oh yeah, I need these fucking things. Which, again, I have guarantees. And I have grinded this one. I can't auto-deploy it because I've opened that up. But I'm not going to auto-deploy because I know you guys will laugh at me for my, like, crackhead auto-deploy strats, which are not good. So you're not going to see those. Seven hell. I don't know if I would even call what I call it. You know what? I'll play it. I'll let you guys see what the fuck I've done. I'll get some of these for this dude's promotion. Oops. So I have this and the other one that I can auto deploy. Which map is this? I actually don't remember what I did on this one. You're probably not gonna like it. I'm gonna let it roll for 6. We're just gonna go. We're gonna do things. I always do 6 because it just makes sense. Like, some of you might be like, why do you always do 6? Because why wouldn't I? It makes more sense. I can, like, re-up all my shit later. I have plenty of sanity stuff, so I'm not too worried about it. But this is the squad that I did it with, and it's not pretty. I do 6 every single time. Like, why wouldn't you? You can have more things. So I'll just let this go. I have not updated any of these. I did them once. Somehow I won. So that's what it's been on auto ever since. So I'm going to talk with you guys while this is happening. How's life? How are the kids? How's family? I did not have strategy going into this, by the way. I literally just kept placing people down until it worked. And this one, somehow I happened to get it on the first try. So it's basically just a kind of mess. And I don't want to see you guys go, why aren't you using the skills? Like, half the time I don't even remember to, like, click on them while I'm focusing on who might be coming next. That is an emotional support, Amiya. She did nothing. She was there for all of 5 seconds because I had the slot and I was like, well, I don't need her. So I just put her back there. That was actually intentional. It was basically a flex on the level. I was just like, get out there, Amiya. And she was like, okay. And fucking just sat there. So now, I just deal with this. There's also been, there are a few levels. Oh, I should find that one. It's one of the supply maps. My setup for that was sheer panic. Because I did it on the second time through after realizing I had too little power, and I basically just kept sacrificing people, one after the other after the other. And I just dealt with it. So it's not pretty. That one is hilariously bad. So I just fucking... that one is just literally like people dying and me going, no, you, fuck you, no, oh, fuck you. It's hilarious. I basically just needed bodies to die so the casters had more time. With that description, I feel like some of you could probably figure out which of the supply missions I was struggling with. I've only done like a few of them in each tier. Oh, there wasn't time for just fast redeploy to save me. There was not. I do have Project Red to use when I need her, and I have used her multiple times. But also, I didn't really need her for that one, and she would have gotten fucked up immediately. It would have been worthless to put her out. We got, what, 2 more rounds of this? If it works, it works. If it works, it's not stupid. That's my methodology. Why is his clear faster than mine? Yeah, and this was a first timer. What do you... I don't know. It ain't broke, and like, that's my other thing when it comes to efficiency. These clears really don't matter that much. Like, the overall time you're spending, like, with how the waves work, it's not worth spending a bunch of time to, like, actually get things really tight, because you're gonna have to wait. Yeah, like, the waves exist. You're gonna have to wait most of the time anyway. It's just not worth bothering, in my opinion. You're saving maybe a total of 10 seconds per run. By the end of 6, you oh no, an extra minute of my phone being on the table next to me. Like, wait faster. My life does not need the dictation of having a super efficient round. Like, as long as it wins, that's all you need. You do not need to give a shit more, in my opinion. I feel like that's what stresses people out more than anything else, is just how people are like, I need to make sure this is as efficient as possible. You don't. No, the fuck you don't. You do not. You can just do other shit. Like, if a minute of your time waiting for a deploy to finish out of 6 total, worthless. If you know it'll clear and it's on auto, don't worry about it. Yeah, like, if you want to optimize for fun, that's something else. I don't care that much. Amiya cares, that's why she's there. Look at her watching her friends kick ass. Mission accomplished. Donkey go burr. One more time. Kokodayo. I need to find a way to get rid of specifically her voice. Is it possible to like mute one character? Because I need to set that setting. Cruz pisses me off. I'll be taking a shit. I'll be letting it auto, like sitting on the side of the tub while I'm doing my dookie. And she's sitting over here, Kokodayo! It's like, I'm gonna kill you! Shut the fuck up, Bruce! I'm trying to take a dookie, Dayo! And she's over here fucking Kokodayo! Oh, God damn it. It was cute for the first 10 rounds. But now all I hear in my sleep is Kokodayo and Minakte. Like, shut the fuck up. Mission accomplished. Oh, the voice doesn't matter. It's just the frequency of what she's doing. I don't care what the line would be. It's just obnoxious that she's doing it constantly. No other character has a line that bothers me or like anything like that, but hers is so frequent. It's like, good Lord, shut the fuck up. Okay, let me see here. I think it's terminal. Am I right? Yeah, okay. Oop, not those, not these, this one. I forget which one of these. Is it? It's one of these. But not this. No. Whoops. I just detached chat. Hold on. Let me fix that. There we go. I don't remember which one of these it was. It's not, no, it's not aerial threat. It's, is it escort? Ah, it's whichever one has the high defense. Tactical drill? I just looked at this one. Yeah, it's not this one. This one, yeah. So this fucker, you guys are gonna, time to watch my auto deploy. I'm only gonna do one for this so you can see me panic in this playthrough. I was struggling, but I needed these so bad. I had to have my bricks. So I did it. Barely. But I did it. I made a custom squad specifically to handle this map because I needed more casters because I was stressing. And this was also like 5 days ago or so that I first did this, so like all my characters were way weaker and it was way more stressful. But I'm just gonna let it happen. But I wanted it to be auto, so I couldn't use W to bomb it. They don't allow for that. You can't bring in support units and have it auto. I know, right, Blue? I didn't know what the fuck I was doing at this point. I've learned a lot since I did this round, and I would totally handle this one differently than I did. But this was my, like, I was just starting to figure out the game and the mechanics panic of trying to get this shit done. But somehow, I managed. And I don't know how I managed, but I managed. The skin of my teeth on this shit. I did not. Yeah, like. But it worked. It worked. Hey, level up. Look at that. Whew. It worked barely. By the skin of Baseline's metal, I managed to handle that shit. Somehow. It was wild, and I'm not proud of it. Also, I was nowhere near elite when I did that. My characters at that point were all maybe around the mid-30s and upper 40s. I was stressing. I was panic placing. I didn't think about where people were facing at all. Didn't care at all. I was just like, Worst one. My worst auto stage, hands down. Sorry, the dog was making noise. I had to make sure he wasn't doing something stupid. He's been licking his paw incessantly. We've had to have him go to the vet to like get that addressed. He might legitimately need anti-anxiety meds for the rest of his life. The big boy. All right. That's a lot of orders. Yeah, that was my worst one. And it was like literally a few days into me understanding more how the game worked, and I still didn't know all of my operators. Now I know my operators much better. I've gotten more granular in their abilities. I've read what they can do and their strengths and weaknesses. I'm still not great with it, and I still do have stream panic, so don't expect me to be good. But I have been doing basically nothing but base building and leveling on the characters. Pretty exclusively. Look at my LMD. There's a reason all this is here. I have been doing basically nothing but acquisition for 2 weeks. I have not played any actual story missions, any side stories, nothing at all for weeks. I could probably clear 3-4 pretty easily now. Maybe. But I also don't think I have, like, now that I haven't played at a level, I've been doing nothing but auto for the past couple days. So it's very possible that I do not actually have the ability to clear this based on skill. I'm like, I have not done any I even forgot what ops. Oh, this is like the grass hiding thing. Yeah, I've done basically nothing but those supply missions, and then I only cleared them once, and I've been auto grinding them. So I'm not fully sure how this is gonna go. I think I'll practice it. What? Wait a minute. I'll use the support. I'm not too worried about it. But I'll only use the support after I see it for like the official one if I need it. I've got Cruz. I got basically all casters. I could probably get rid of one of my blazes. But they're kind of good as casters too. Two vanguards. These two are low enough level I should be able to go pretty early on them. Blaze and Blaze are fine. Maybe Gummy? But she's a tank. I like to have her and like place her if I really need her. I think I'm fine. I mean, this is just practice, so I should be fine. Time for story. What you guys all hate that I actually sit through because I read. What are we, Amiya? Some sort of Arknights? You watch your mouth. I'm a reed halter. It's not what I said. It's not my name. The writing is too boring. Well, clearly somebody doesn't like in-world politics. It's something I actually really enjoy. I like shows with good political storylines to them. Even if they're boring to most people, I find the world building of internal politics very interesting. It's an insane ride symbol. Like, it's got so much resonance to it. They probably feel like they say the same thing for 10 minutes because people probably don't actually pay attention, so they have to make sure that people pay attention. We have the high ground. Frankly, I think we've got this. I'm sorry. That was dumb as hell. You're gonna clip that? That's disappointing. Now that's just gonna be out there. Yeah, chapter 3-4 specifically. Just about to do the boss fight at that stage. I'm expecting to fail it, so I'm doing this on practice. I am enjoying the story so far. I know where it goes. Like, I'm very aware of the story all in all, but I like to also pay attention to all the other details. So, like, I have the big picture of most of what happens in the story up to the current CN story even, but also, yeah. And most of the major story beats I'm aware of. I could unlock some of the side stories, I just haven't bothered yet. I have, like, I think 2 tickets that allow me to try them. I just haven't touched them because I've been grinding for 12 days. I did watch a few of the episodes of the first season of the Arknights anime, but I dropped it because I wasn't invested in the story at all at that time. I wasn't huge on it. So I just stopped watching at some point. I think it was shortly after Ace, basically. It was like right after that arc. So all of this is new to me. Oh boy.
教習オペレーターの基準は厳しいよ。私の動きについてきて。
こんにちは。ちょっとした調査なので長いはしません。ご安心ください。
Oh, she can handle that entire lane herself. Let's go. Slap her right here.
ここにいたのね。
Don't really need her to worry about. She just fucking drives everyone to death. Do I have time? I do. Okay. Bing jump bong. Ding dong. Shit. Don't fucking worry about it. Lappy's here. And I can even place down right there just to be sure. I haven't even needed her skill yet. I'm not even worried about it right now. But I also don't know who's coming. Oh, look at that. This fucking guy. Alright. She's got that then. You fucks. Okay, can't put her there. She has a huge range right now. Yeah, she's good. Okay, cool. I'll do this. Oh god, I did not think that they would be that. Sheesh, okay. Never mind, that was a bad idea. It's okay. I don't have enough support on this side. Yep, she's down. Okay. Get out of here. That's why I have her there. Fucking leave my people alone, you shits. I'm gonna like take her out just to save her life there. I don't like that. Fucking kill yourselves. Alright, learning a lot about the characters that show up when they do. Very annoying, that's for sure. I didn't realize so many of these invisible dudes would be here. Yeah, I'll do this to kind of mitigate some of that. If I put her here, she's gonna get fucking ruined. I can't do that. Do not want to risk all that. She's gonna end up dead if I don't put somebody here that'll block that shit. This is not gonna be pretty. I do not have enough firepower to handle that big fucker. Put her back out here. Good lord. They got some arts damage going on that side. Gummy's gonna be down. God, I do not have any arts damage on this side. Nope, he's in. Oh, no, wow. Okay, she managed. I did not think that was gonna Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah, she's down. Kind of expected that, to be honest with you. Why is she down? Oh yeah, these fucking things. She's just gonna get nickel and dimed. That's not gonna work out too well. I should have had another sniper on this side. Okay, learning that. That's why I need 2 snipers. Yeah, that's the end of that. Okay. Oh, I definitely lost. There's no way that this is gonna be able to pick up. I'm just gonna put her there for the sake of it, for the ha-has, but there's no way. Okay. Glad I practiced. So this is very important to have snipers in here then. I need the marksman out here to handle those fucking drones. A lot of arts damage, lots of drones. I wonder if my second squad can do that. Is this that one that I made that's all support and snipers? That's all this group is. They'd probably be able to do it. She does not have really enough focus on it, but she does have a long range, so that'll be nice. None of my healers are good enough to, like, not get fucking domed by those stupid drones. Fucking hate those drones. Oh. I could always use the win button, but I'm kind of figuring this out here. The problem is, like, if I put out healers, no matter what I do, basically, they're gonna get fucking ruined by those drones. Like, there's basically nowhere to put them that they have the range to do that, won't get killed. Unless I put out, like, a line of defense first. But they're just gonna keep getting shot. So I feel like my healers are, like, they're not worthless, but they're gonna keep dying. And there's really no way to avoid that aside from having the people who shoot out. If you guys are trying to give me advice in the chat, I am not reading it because I'm trying to work this out myself. Just for the sake of that clarity. I don't love this map at all. I need people with good defense or good attack that can, like, lane block. Like Melantha earlier is fine. But she's, like, she and Lappy are fine, but she's the only good early pull I've got in this crew. This one's more generally balanced, but a lot of them are higher level, so they're harder to put out faster. But I can get Surfer out, Vigna out, Melanthia out. I keep saying Melanthia. It's Melantha. Just call her Mel. It's mostly placement. I need to figure out what the placement is to handle those fucking drones, because those drones are what's nickel and diming me to death. But I also need arts damage to take out the big defense guys, but then I don't have the ground power to hold them there, which is the other issue. And I need supports to be able to heal them, but they're going to keep getting shot by the drones. So I need support up top, facing into the lanes. I need my snipers up, facing towards where the fucking drones show up, so they can handle those efficiently as they show up and get them gone as fast as possible. I think I had a roughly good idea with what I was doing in the center, but by the time that I was dealing with all that, everyone else was already dying, so it wasn't even that much of a problem. And Gummy's not even like a good lane holder for this scenario with the high defense. She can only hold on for like 5 hits and she's gone. So I have to have arts damage that can handle all that. And Gummy needs a few seconds to be able to get her health back up. I don't think I'm entirely wrong with this, but Perfumer's pattern sucks a lot of ass for this map, but I don't have another support aside from Silence and her drone that can handle that, but she was dead before I even got the chance to get close to the drone being useful, so that was another issue. So I'm not entirely sure where I need to... I'm gonna try it one more time on random placements and a little bit more knowledge of where people need to be.
これは私を狂わせる自由の匂いだ。
I'll put Mel down.
了解しました。
You need to be able to handle anything in the air immediately. I should have put Catapult on my team or something to handle this other spot. I'm probably going to lose this one again, too, for that exact reason. Jesus Christ, are you okay over here, girlie? God damn, you're dead. Wow, she died faster than last time. Good fucking lord. Now those are here, so those guys are going to run through. Yeah, this is nowhere. I'm just going to abandon that one. That was awful. Dude, me trying to think about it made that one worse even. If I do not have enough people for the low tier bottom floor, like on the feet on the ground for that one. This is all feet on the ground. I mean, I have Totter there because I needed this for the invisible people, which might still be useful here. He does have a weird range pattern though, but I think he would probably fit for this lane because he would have that one block if I put him in that grass. And then, but it's Totter's basically like, unless I were to level him up, is kind of worthless because he only does so much damage and it doesn't make them visible. So at the end of the day, it's kind of worthless to even have him around. I was kind of bummed when I found that out about Totter. When people are saying like, oh, Totter's really useful because he can hurt people that are invisible, I was like, oh, really? But I didn't realize that it just straight up did not make them visible, which does not make sense to me. So he can hit them while they're invisible, but doesn't actually affect their presence on stage, which seems like a complete non-issue at that point. Like, you can drain them a little bit before they show up, and that's kind of useful, but at his level that I have him at, not really worth anything. I don't think an assassin would be useful here either, because she'd just get fucking boned once it gets up to the point of needing more defense. Fuck it, I'm just gonna hit the win button. It's always easier to do this. Alrighty. Time for the win button. When I don't want to think about it, win button it is. And I do not care enough to think about it right now. I'm not planning on making this one a loopable alternative anyway, so... See what happens if I just keep doing this.
枯れ枝を集め早く終わらせてもらえない。冷えた夜ご飯は食べたく
Fucking
ないんだ。
eaten alive here.
ここにいたのね。できる限りやります。
We can only block one, but that's okay. Got Mel there. She should be okay. Maybe. No, that's right. She only blocks one. Never mind. Yeah, well, there goes one leak. I don't have anyone there in that spot. I don't have a way to block them yet. Now I do.
悪くない位置取りだね。
問題ないわ。気を確かに。
Might as well.
おす。
I don't really need to set that yet. I don't want to lose it and waste it.
ここにいた
I
の
don't
ね。
have anyone doing aerial stuff over here. Probably should. She'll be invisible if I do this. I'll do that. That might be better. Some of the aerial.
狙ってー。
Oh, I can use her thing now.
粉々になれ。
I can really use silence right now.
冷静に。
Got plenty of support room.
I'm
gonna use the W button. I want to put her into like a hidden spot. That'd be funny. That'll work. Heal those people sitting there in the mid lane. That'll be useful.
ここにいたのね。お、倒します。油断したらダメだよ。落ち着いて。空気が肺を焦
Get
が
here
して
for
る。
some arts damage.
さあ、運動見よ。
Okay, good. She survived that. Sick as hell, actually.
枯れ枝を集めいいタイミングで来てく
I'm
れたね。
gonna place that right.
ちょうど物
Oopsie.
資が底をつきそうだったんだ。
It's really useful to have that spot there.
ここにいたのね。
And I've got her.
毎回カウントするなんて誰が言ったのかしら。
私の血が日の出？地平線まで燃え進む私の血だよ。
She's still got that support. She's gonna fucking die. She's so close to death here.
慌てないで。
Put that there again. See if we can do this shit this time. Not the best spot for W because I didn't expect to have this much support up front. I'm doing fine actually, so this is hilariously decent right now. Too early for her. We'll get some extra health there.
ほら頑張れ。もうちょっとで僕に勝てるかもしれないよ。
Yep, she's down. I knew that was gonna happen. I could place her here now.
温度が低すぎるかな。
And pop that there again. So she'll be constantly healed for the next few seconds. Did not have the best placement for anyone to take care of her, but that's okay. Blaze fucking solos. Let's go. Woo-wee. God damn. Jesus Christ.
寝袋から出てきたばっかり
Okay,
で
that's gonna be
イ
fun.
ライラしてるんだ。ちゃんと直すから。
Hello, where's my mouse? There it is. God. The worst part about playing on,
もっと早く走らなきゃ。
I need more arts damage here. I need to be able to fuck some people up. Okay, she's down. She's gonna be down.
ついたよ。
I can't see my mouse. It's the worst thing about the desktop client.
フムの特製料理ですよ。確かに。
Fucking lord. Okay, wow, she's down too? Holy fuck, this guy just goes. Eat shit, badass. Kill yourself. Time to sandwich him. Let's go. No, we're sandwiching. It'll be fine. There we are. Oh, I barely even used Roach. Alrighty. That was better. Yeah. That's why I don't read chat, by the way, Doctor. That's because like people are just like, do this, do that. It's like, it's not going to be helpful at this moment. If I'm not looking for help, I'm not going to look at chat. But she did go up there as a last line of defense. That's all I wanted. I wanted her to be there. That's all I needed. I'm not looking to farm that level at all, so I don't care that I had to use a support just as a safety measure. I'm not too worried about it. If I wanted to improve that, I would later. If I want to do a farming of it, I'll deal with that shit later. I also didn't want W to get fucking domed like immediately. That's why I put her in that grass in the far corner. But now that I've done this, I should be able to unlock the next portion of or the next level for the operations room in the base. Surprise attack. She's invisible? Oh, fair enough. I did not know that. I haven't gotten her, so I haven't read up on her stats or anything yet. I've just used her as like a support if needed. I just know she's got a map nuke, but I didn't realize that she was like immortal, effectively. It's okay. Still managed. She is the grass. The dog's sleeping. He opened his eyes because I mentioned him.
この先の知見はこっちに不利になるからこのまま進むのはおすすめできないな。ドクター、この辺にしておこうよ。
I can't go there yet. Okay, that's fine. I didn't expect to. But this does. I'm gonna go home real quick. Yeah, I had a feeling I had some stuff to grab. Oh. Neat. Nothing else. Okay. Let me go to my base.
Let
me pick up the stuff I've got here.
Resources received.
And now I can upgrade this, which was like one of my next things to do.
Upgrading. Infrastructure complete.
Look at that. Oh, got the drones page. Yeah, I am aware of this. Leave me alone. All right, cool. I need to put people back in here. Stonks indeed. Star. Oh, it's trading post one. I don't really have anyone else with that effect. Between these two, I think you're better on this in here. Do I actually believe that? No, she doesn't have any like functional skill to make a difference, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll clean this up while I'm here. I don't have any more of those, so I'll leave it at that. And I can upgrade all these. How much does it take? What does it take to do these? Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, I can only make them in the workshop. Level 3. Oh, okay.
Cancelled.
That's a scale thing. Okay. Not a problem at all. Neat. Nope, I don't mean to leave. Cool. Oh, I know it does. Like, I know that that's what works for here. I'm not worried about it too much. I've got enough room to handle recovery right now, so I'm not too worried about the overflow. When I start adding more rooms, I'll definitely start putting people like Myrtle in the dormitories to make that worth that effort. So, we'll get there. Alrighty. Headhunt? I don't have enough to headhunt. I knew I didn't, but I was hoping a little bit. I still want to get this fucker, but I can't. I haven't played the event at all. Should I do that? Should I just do that? Let's see what this is. I don't know how any of this works. Okay. I don't know how any of this is gonna function. I haven't done any of these sort of event things. So this could be fucking... it just might be me fumbling around like a moron for the next while. Don't read the story, it's too long. Have you met me, Blue Eyes? Have you been here before? Skip the story, please. Part 5? Part 5? Skip this? Are you actually serious? Okay, maybe that actually might be worth it then. I like story. But if it's like part 5, then I probably should just... Yeah. Fair. I'll listen to you guys on that one. I'd rather do the stories in order. This is why I haven't touched on any of the side story stuff, because I'm not sure what is or what isn't useful for me. Ooh. That's a different theme. Oh wait, I did not read. Sapper auspicity with true damage. Oh. Oh, what the hell? Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out what the hell that means. I know it's a training stage, but like, okay. I'm gonna have to figure this shit out.
さっさと片付けるぞ。
手加減はしませんよ。
This is weird. Okay, so those going through is fine because they'll get sucked up by these things. Okay. That's a lot of things. Holy shit. Okay. And they'll attack that now. And I assume that's what the other thing is for? Vapidity. And the meal's gonna be bland. That's goofy as shit. Okay. So you can like change what it is. Beat it up until it's tasty again. It's just gonna get hurt again. It's gonna die again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus on what this is. This might be a little too much for me. Legitimately, I think this might actually be capping out my focus abilities. I'm retaining what they're telling me, but I think this is too much on the map to focus on all at once. I know that's because they have like characters here in weight, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a problem when it comes to like balancing these out and not getting those fucked up. I've got an aching feeling that this is not going to go well for me. Mechanics like this that are like very character driven for map as well, it's like might be a little too much. Oh, I can do I didn't even realize. I thought they were going to do that automatically. I did not think that was a thing for me. I thought they were just autoing the whole time. I'm gonna practice on it because I've got a feeling this is not gonna go well for me. And I assume I gotta skip this too. So I will.
テントは張ったから、あとはもうどこへでも行けるよ。今回の旅ではこんなにたくさんの人と出会うなんてね。
Okay, they don't do like awful damage. That's nice. I do want to have. Oh, this will be very nice actually. I'll put Mel out here just for the moment. She'll have some support there. I'm gonna front load this. Not even a concern so far.
水場が近いからちょっといいタイミングで来てくれたね。ちょうど物資がそこをつきそうだったんだ。ここにいたのね。ご命令切ります。
No issues there. I feel like she's gonna end up getting overwhelmed and things are gonna pass through a little bit, so I'm gonna do this. She can also help out with that lane. And she's still underneath the protection. She can act as like early and late damage if needed, but I don't think that's really necessary either. That's really close. Is that ready now? Probably. Ah, it is. Let's see how that thing helps. Ka-thunk, 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 ka-thunk. Wow. Jesus Christ, that's a win button. Found the W of the mode. Okay.
Mission accomplished.
All right. Background music's fantastic, by the way. Like, okay, that's not as bad as I was expecting, but I know that that's level 1. So... And now I can actually do it. I still practiced with it because I was not positive. So now, I'm way more confident. I know it's not a win button, actually. I know it's just kind of mostly supposed to be there for the efficacy of just, like, making it look prettier, really. I'm basically going to do the same layout that I had. Because that just kind of works. Not the most efficient thing, maybe, but I'm not too worried about that. I can easily play this on 2x because I'm not worried about it at all. I'll have her face that way. Lappy moment. Alright, round 4. And one more.
ここにいたのね。
Hooray!
Mission accomplished.
That was easy. I'm not also streaming on Twitch, no. I did not duel this. I should have. I really should have, but I just haven't gotten used to that yet. I'm enjoying Arknights fine. It's just a little bit much for me on some of the focus. Basically, trying to get used to getting overwhelmed is very difficult for my brain. So that's probably going to be, if anything, the thing that makes me move to other parts of the game or just avoid it. I think Enfield will be much more like my speed if I ever try that down the line. It won't be immediately. I am planning to do Genshin for the first time in like, what, like a week? It'll, well, maybe not a week. It'll be like right after, it'll be very early June, like first couple days of June. June? The fuck am I talking about? August. Hello. First couple days of August, I'll be doing that. Didn't realize I was 2 months behind mentally. I love that you say that, Michael. Sorry, I was saying Michael. Is it Michael? Mikhail? Might be Mikhail. I probably will not. Full disclosure. Very likely not going to be a factor that I actually learn. It's one of the things I am easily the worst at. So I'm not anticipating myself to actually pick up on it. I know she's not going to do anything for me right now. I'm prepping for whatever the fuck's going to happen down here. Oh, that's what's going to happen. Hope I still got everyone bundled up nicely for this. It's a nice try, loser. Wherever the hell you are. Actually, I'm not going to use her. I'm going to... How far does hers go? That'll work. Oh, wow. Oh, she actually got it. Okay, that leaked through way more aggressively than I thought it would. I'll keep Lapland here. Ain't nobody gonna get through that if Lappy's around. Got a sandwich from hell right there. I'm gonna wait for that. We're about to get another wave. I don't trust it. They're fine. There, and I got the rest of the team handled. Easy peasy. Get out of here. Wow. It switched back all the way back there, huh? That's fine. I'm sure I put that way too early, but fuck it. I don't really need that there at all.
ここにいたのね。
押す押す。あんたなんかに負けない。
No, that was the other one.
倒
Her.
します。水場が近い。ごめんね。寝袋から出てきたばっかりでイライラしてるんだ。
I didn't realize these guys would stop here and kind of farm that. So that's something I learned a little too late. I would have put somebody with arts damage over here. Guess I probably still could if I got rid of her and did this. Seeing if that was going to do any different. It doesn't really seem to be any different, honestly. It actually seemed to be hurting her more. Kind of impressive. I thought that would be the difference there, but apparently not. I definitely used that too early. That's not going to do anything. It's just these two guys left, so they're going to be dead here soon. Throw that there for the yucks of it. And go. Okay, wow. Definitely did not, the fucking dudes that float, those are new. Kinda not sure how to handle those at all. I don't even know how I would handle those. Targeting AI, okay, that's fair. I figured cruise would be a problem since they're not technically flying, they're like ground characters, but then I was like, maybe. She was still doing damage, but it wasn't enough. Like, they were just going too slow, and then they were doing more damage on her, I think. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, like this is already starting to cap out what I can even do. So like that's, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to pass this one. Like I still technically can, but I've got a feeling that I'm not gonna win this one. My levels are not there to be able to get through these. So I'm definitely gonna not be able to make it past this one based on what I've got, aside from using a cheat button. And I really don't like that reality, so. She's okay there for a second. Yeah, she's covered. Okay. Second layer of protection. I don't really need her out here now, so I'm gonna get her stuff back. Put her back one more. Covers more ground that way. Get the range with it. Maybe? I'll try it. I don't know how these guys are gonna act at all, so. I can put her here. Oh, that like goes straight across. Okay, now I'm seeing those. Did not realize that those would be going straight across. I need to get somebody to block that. Would have swapped it to somebody else if I had noticed sooner. I need a guard up here. Hello. Exist. She'll at least tank him down a little bit.
いいタイミングで来てくれたね
Oh, you got the range for that shit. Fuck you. Eat my balls.
ここにいたのね皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてる
Don't like those guys. I'm gonna have to work on this a little bit more. She's about to die. I'm gonna get her out of here.
ここだよ
She's just gonna die if I leave her there. She's got support
冷
now.
静に
That'll be useful if I can manage it.
落ち着いてここだよ
君にできるかな
And I have the support from her side too. These guys are still going through. I don't love that. I do not have enough.
ここにいたのね早く終わらせてもらえない家で夜ご飯を
Last line of
食べた
defense
くな
there.
い
Have her kind of end off anyone. Still figuring out how this mode works. Feels weird.
お寺に拝見と行こうか
She needs like financial support, but she just died. So she's probably gonna end up dead here next. She's gonna keep getting hit most likely.
私が振りまく地で大盛り上がり間違いなし
Yeah, okay, she's down.
空気が肺
Slap
を
her
焦がして
here. She's down.
敵を
ここだよ位置についたよ
Last line of defense. Let's go. She's down. Good lord.
落ち着いて
She's down. I fucking hate this.
ここだよお切ります
Okay, I'll just let that go through then, because that's gonna be a slow, painful death. Kill yourself. There we go. Got the chance to use this bitch.
押すあんたなんかに負けない
Mission accomplished.
That was annoying. Yeah, definitely not gonna be making it past that one. Okay, so I'm
感
done
染者の
there.
権利は感染者自身の手で
I don't like it. I'm gonna be real with you. I do not care for this at all. This is not me. These do not. I do not love what they ask of you in this. So.
こんにちはドクター
Not feeling it. I'll pull this one even though it's gonna be nobody. Hello, Yato. So proud of you. Okay. Yeah, not a huge fan of the events there. At least not the way that functions. The way that they level it out does not. I don't care for it at all. It's not doing much for me. It's just like specifically the way that they're like, here's a bunch of shit that you can't hit. You have to be very aware of when things are going to be changing and going. Again, it's way too much to focus on. I don't like all of that shit. That's way too much for me and always will be. If the main game ever gets that busy, I'm not playing it anymore. So far right now, it's just, here's an enemy, kill it. That I can deal with. When you start going, here's an enemy, but this enemy can change another enemy. This enemy that it changes can no longer be hit. This enemy now moves faster. This enemy cannot be blocked. I'm not going to play it at that point. It will, at that point of the main game, become not fun for me. And I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm very positive that's going to happen. That's why I'm not looking to continue the game to completion. Don't worry.
ドクター
I never planned to play it to completion. I don't know if you guys were assuming that out of me. You never should have. I do not have that level of granular attention span to handle all of that different information all at once. My ADHD could never. Like, it's severe and it's the TISM kind. It's the kind where my brain's like, nope. You're not going there. It's like, I'll stick around a little bit, but the second that starts happening in the main game, I'm gonna be, yeah, it's not gonna go down. It's just too much for my brain to process all at once. It's and I don't have a growth on that either. I've never been able to handle games like that, whether I've played them for years or I've played them for 20 minutes. It's, yeah. Pause button spam. I've talked about that before. But if that was a preview of what's to come, you won't find me playing this game anymore. And that's fine. Like I said, I did not anticipate getting to the most recent stuff in the game because I knew they would have to keep adding mechanics. It's how a game continues to improve itself and add challenge. But as we talked about in the first 2-3 streams, that's not really for me. I enjoy the base concept of, here's the thing, kill it before it gets to the door. Awesome. That I can manage. If the game starts to like evolving into a direction where it's like, here's where you have to start like basically figuring out how to kill ghosts, I'm probably not going to touch it. I brute force everything, and that's why I'm not good at strategy games like this. So when it comes down to getting that much attention, I am sleeping. Thank you very much. Shut up, Myr. But yeah, it's just like I cannot mentally do. I've never been able to. That's not a me being new thing. That is an available space in my brain thing. I've never had that. I've never been able to sit there and go, okay, now I've got to do this and this and this and this. The more layers you add, the less I can play it. So that's all I can do. So when it comes to games like this that are like, here's all these things to focus on actively all at once, even if I have a pause button, it's too much for me to be able to balance efficiently. But that also does depend on like how strong my characters are, and I was already starting to cap out what my characters were available and able to handle on that last one. You can have as much faith in me as you want to, Billy Bob. It's not gonna happen. I will continue playing it. I'm not against it, but I just know that as that starts to creep into the main story, that will be me doing other games and moving on. So I'm not entirely against that. But again, as those sorts of factors, these like, here, use this, make sure that this stage thing, make sure that your mom has had dinner twice this afternoon. It's like, okay, fuck you. That's way too much for my brain to focus on. I can't do it. I've never been able to do that. I focus on one thing at a time. That's all I can do. I'm not that good at multitasking. The only thing I can do multitasking and actually be efficient with is talking to somebody while I'm watching something. Weirdly, like I can have a conversation with two different people that I don't lose track of. But when it comes to physical things to keep track of, all that's out the fucking window. It's literally all out the window. So I'm not too concerned. Let's see who I pull. No one.
Doctor.
Shut up, Totter. Not even useful. Weak ass. I don't have enough anymore. Unless, does that add them together? It does, okay. Neat. Wow, a blue. Good, somebody I've never used before. Rip in peace. Yeah, I mean... I don't... You're right. Blue Eyes is right. I don't care. It's not even just that I just don't care. It's that I've been systematically proven in the 29 years I've been alive that that is not an option I have. And I have tried. And I have been every single time shat on by life. So I don't try anymore because it's more comfortable than being uncomfortable because I cannot do something and it constantly causes me stress. You know, like, here's my view on life. Let me switch over here. It's not a bad thing to challenge yourself. Do that. By all means, push your limits. That's how you improve. But when over and 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 over again, your mind has proven to you that there is not an option to have focus on more than one thing, that's something internal that's wired in my brain. If you have that real estate, fan-fucking-tastic. Proud of you. Good job. You were born with the gene that allows that. I was not. And I never was able to grow it or train it. I was never able to do that. I've never been able to do that. I've tried over and over again to the point of mental exhaustion and depression, trying to be better when it comes to being able to focus on things like that. So when people just go, it's early game, you'll manage, you'll learn, they don't know my life. And I'm fine with that. You don't live my life. I've never been able to do that. Despite my endless efforts and literal nights of crying in my bed trying to do shit that I wish I could and could never. And I kept trying. I got over those mental hurdles. I tried again. It failed again. Repeating it over and over again. And eventually I realized that's insanity. And I just need to accept who I am. And who I am is not the person who's able to focus on 50 things at once. It's not my thing. That's my life, and that's why I'm not a pro gamer, you know. That's why I don't stream games and do a bunch of shit. That's why I'm not a Fortnite epic FPS. I suck at FPS. I can't get aiming down. I've played aim trainers. I've dedicated tens to hundreds of hours of my life in Rocket League trying to get hand-eye coordination down, to get the movement of the car down. Never happened. Drums, I can't even get my left side to agree, and I've sat there for days, years in a row trying to get that shit figured out, and my left and right refuse to work together. And I'm still not positive why that is. I feel like I was cheaped out in the genetic lottery or some shit. Maybe it's the tism, I don't know, but my brain does not like to work with multiple things at once. So I play the drums, but I can't use my left and right the way I want to. So like I can't do doubles the way I want. I can't do certain fills the way I want to. I can't do double pedal the way I want. I've tried for years to do that alone and it never happened. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I just decided to give up on it because I was like, maybe I'm just a jazz and funk drummer. I still do play a little bit of pedal. I can do a little bit of it. But it has proven to me multiple times that that's just not a life option for me. I focus on one thing at a time, and that's all my brain has ever wanted me to do. So that's all I've ever managed to do. It's all I can do. So again, I'm not blaming you guys for wanting to try and get me into the game. I'm just making it as crystal clear as I possibly can that at some point I am going to have to stop playing the game because I do not have the mental fortitude to handle doing that shit again. I'm almost 30. I'm not looking to waste years of my life trying to do something and play a game. I've got other shit to do. You know, I've got other games to try. I'm not gonna marry one game and play it until I die. I will play it until I can't anymore, and I'll be happy with that. I hope you guys are happy with that too. I'm just trying to defend my mental state here. It's all I've got. And if I force that, you guys will see a different person. And I'd rather be happy in my mediocrity than depressed in my constant drive to improve, doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, it's like, I know you guys, like, a lot of you are very much like, yeah, who cares? It's fine, don't worry about it. But I only bring this up and I harp on it because people keep going, you're fine, it'll be better. It won't, and I just want to make that clear. It'll get better, it'll get easier. A little bit over time, but I'll still keep playing. It's not like I'm done playing the game. I just know it's going to be close enough, but that's why I want to keep trying other games too. If I play one till I die, then I'm not getting the chance to try other stuff out. In the time of my rant, the factory has produced.
Products received.
You don't have to say anything, Anthony. Like, really. I'm not looking for, like, words of encouragement.
Ohayo.
You die on bed. How's it going? I just went on a rant about, like, how I'm gonna have to stop playing the game sooner than what I think people thought. But there's still other things to try. Like, I want to try some of the side story stuff as well. Like, I'm sure some of these don't have quite as much going on with them, and I do want to try these. I just only have so many of these right now. Just roach through it. Make it easy. Well, that also feels cheap, too. It's like, I would rather just move on to a different game than just press the win button every single time, too. If I gotta leave it the second stream. Not that bad, no. Oh, these refill? Oh, okay. I thought these were like a finite resource that I had to get from like playing the main story or something. I mean, you probably can. Which one should I do then? Like, should I do the side stories or the intermezzi stuff? Ah, it does. I've never really gone into these pages. I've just been like, oh, I'll wait to see what people have here. These just, I don't know. These just say like recommend. It's probably just like we recommend a starting point for you. And one of these is what they are. They probably added those recently. I didn't even see Kalta. Is she in here somewhere? Oh my god, look at her, she's so cute! I didn't realize that's what that would be. Oh, look at her and her frills. That's adorable. Okay. Ugh. Okay, sorry, I was checking something. Kind of makes sense though. Just, yeah, just start from the beginning. I want to see what this is all about. I assume that because these are like the newbie ones, they're going to be very easy. And I can actually read the stories if I'm here in the beginning. I know I have one more. I'm just going to start here. I knew that this would be a game where like I would definitely be pushed away by the gameplay cap at some point because my ceiling is so much lower than most people. But the fucking stories are so good. Like, that's what's going to keep me around for quite a while, at least as long as I can manage. It's like, I actually really like the story of this world. It's really cool. I like the lore. I'm a lore boy. The story is great. You wish the writing was decent. I think it's been fine so far. Very wordy, but I kind of like that. I've always been more of a fan of that sort of thing. Could watch I mean, yeah, I could just watch the stories. But it's like, while I'm able to play through it, I definitely want to. At some point, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to be like, okay, game uninstalled, can no longer continue on with the mechanics. I will be overwhelmed. And like, some people were saying I should stop after 3 then, if that's the case, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would happen immediately. I could make it through another section or 2. I don't know. I don't know where the cap will be. Like, things that frustrate me do not align perfectly with, oh, I'm done. There is a point of me wanting to learn and improve, but I also don't know when the cap will hit. If it's stuff like what we just experienced in the side story, that is a little too much for me because it's just too much happening on screen for my brain to process. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna hit my cap of wanting to figure it out either. It's very non-linear. It's a dynamic sort of approach. There is like a part of me too, as weird as this might sound. There's a part of me that kind of wants to make what my brain seems to be the perfect casual game in a way, but I'm also not a game dev. I'd have to learn way too much to pull that off, or hire a team, and I don't have money like that, so it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably better off sticking with like animation stuff and like making stuff within worlds that's kind of finite. And if I were to just do a visual novel, it'd probably be too boring for most people, because I am a wordy motherfucker when it comes to script. I have a little bit, yeah, Pedro, I have. Mostly just I think first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. I haven't touched Uma Musume almost exclusively because I know I would probably get way too into that shit. Into the training side of things, so it's more or less saving myself than anything else. So I haven't touched it. I've been watching the anime for years. Since the first season came out, I gave it a shot, loved it, been watching every single release since. But the game itself, I am kind of afraid to touch it. I feel like I'll just end up ruining my life trying so hard to get the world's best horse, and I'm just going to avoid that. I don't trust myself in the slightest. I feel like because it's mostly just like a training simulator, it'll probably end up getting boring for people pretty quick. But the characters are fun. The world is kind of fun. But if you like management stuff, you're going to love it. And I think I would probably be more into that than I would tower defense, for example. But still, I just don't trust myself with pushing it that far. Because if I were to try, I would push it too far. I would be like physically cheering for my horse girl winning her races with like light sticks, doing like full idol culture dancing shit. Like, I'd be crazy. So it's probably not safe for me to do. Good stream content? Maybe. But I've also got so many of these games that I want to try that I'll do these first. I don't know if I'll ever get to Umusume for that reason. I wouldn't even really say that there's lore, Lara. It's mostly just we took horses from Japan, made them girls. That's the lore, really. There's not too much else to it. I mean, of course, they do have their own in-game lore, but it's really not that deep. People have said I should get to Azure Lane stuff at some point, but I haven't really seen much of an interest in it, personally. But, I mean, I'm gonna be trying Genshin next. I don't know what the one after that will be. I basically do plan to get to every game that I cover on the channel at some point. I'm not sure how fast it will be, but we'll see. I'll probably try Blue Archive at some point too. Like, that's one of the earlier ones, so that might actually be next after Genshin. I can't remember exactly which games I got to in order, but I'm kind of planning on doing it that way. So I'll try that. I've got to try PGR. I've got to try Wuthering Waves. I've got to try every single one of them. Nikkei at some point. You know, like all those. I'm doing them in orders just to make it easier on myself. But that's also the other reason I'm not going to be playing all of them at once, because good lord, the amount of games I would have to have installed on my phone. Hell no. But I at least want to do the grace of trying all of them a little bit. I haven't even opened up Heaven Burns Red since the last time I streamed it, which was like, what, 5 months ago or some shit? It was forever ago. It's like early in the year. Like February or some mess. Here's the song. And we all vibing. Hey. This probably got added at some point. It probably wasn't there originally or whatever. You know how they update stuff. But I know the song, so I'm vibing. Do what it takes, do what it takes. All right. Let's see what we're dealing with here. I was just waiting to slap Lappy down. You fucking ain't nobody touching shit right now. Go ahead, let him through. They're not gonna get through Lappy. That's for damn sure. I'll also have her here. Gonna kind of waste that extra slot there maybe, but that's alright. Nothing. Okay, I can either help her or can help her for now. Yeah, I'll just do this one. Bro just stood there and took it. He was like, yep, that's my life now. I mean, I don't see really any reason to need to support her here yet, so I'll just... Well, not really much of a reason not to either. Fuck it. This is going to be an easy round, so I'm not really necessarily too concerned over what might show up at this point. We'll just 2x it. I was kind of overthinking it, like, wait a minute. It's going to be done well and early. And this dude trying to do something as if he's gonna get fucked, bro. Ain't nothing. I'll put some extra on this, because fucking why not at this value? Ain't nobody gonna reach Surfer. Okay, one reach Surfer.
Mission accomplished.
Alright. Well, that happened. I thought that was going to be a little bit more difficult than it ended up being. But then again, it is a level 1, so not really either. I do think what's a bummer is that, okay, hear me out. Can I have a gripe about the way that Arknights is functioned, right? Side events like the one we tried earlier, the one that's currently running, I feel like it would be more welcoming to people like me who are just starting the game to try those if it wasn't basically an immediate skill cap. Like, the levels they require is like a couple of weeks of me grinding, and I get 2 levels in and I'm no longer physically able to do that. Even if I have like a good team layout, I don't have the levels and elite to be able to support that. They should make those dynamic. Those should change the aggression and level and effort depending on where you are in the game, not based exclusively on overall level cap. So, because at that point, why would I want to try the event if I'm going to immediately be met with struggle there? Because it's like, I got 2 levels in and I was already like too weak to be able to think about handling it. Yeah, it like expects you to play through the old stuff, which I do understand as well, but it's like, then people like me who just got started are like immediately met with this full cap and you're like, I guess I'm done here. I can't really do that. And it's like, if it's not going to be beginner friendly, it's weird that they allow you to even like play them to a point. That's, I think, the part that bugged me about it, because I was expecting to join it and have a dynamic experience, and then I saw what levels they were expecting after the second round, and I was like, okay, maybe we don't do that. I mean, the other main issue for me specifically is the overcomplication of all of the shit going on, which is just more challenge. But I would have been able to handle it a lot better if it was more toned down for the people at the beginning that don't have that ability. It should almost like lock up the actual story behind, or not this story itself, but like lock it behind the rest of them. Like you have to make it linear, like in order to get to the most recent event story. It will still be available, but you should start with the first one. I know they won't do that, and they should still allow you to like take part in the regular event stuff, like the giveaways and whatever else, the tickets and such. But I just feel like it's a little odd being able to jump in, like immediately be met with the fist of God putting you down. So I don't necessarily think that that's the worst possible thing they could do, but I think it would be more welcoming to the newbies like myself. Even if you have a brain and can handle all that all at once, that's great. Your level cap is still going to be met within a couple of rounds. So, yeah. Yeah, I assume that they're not archived until like the following one shows up or somewhere in that window, or like 1 or 2 maybe. Yeah, like most of it is just farming, which is, like I said in the first couple days of streaming of this game, it's like the farming mechanic exists and I do partake because I know I basically need to, but it would be nicer to not have to farm and basically make that the whole identity of the game. I've always thought that about any game that requires farming. It's like, I just want to play the game. I want to be able to experience it naturally with a progression that doesn't require me to actively manage people. That's why this game, I figured initially, was going to be not so much my feel. But that's live service for you. Yeah, that's exactly it. Which is why I'm not a fan of live service games. Do I like the stories? Sure, but you will never see me pick up a sponsorship from anyone or anything like that going, I really like this for the gameplay. It's good objectively. Because it's not. I don't give a shit. I'm not a fan of live service stuff as a business model, let alone wanting to actually be a sponsor for it. So like when I do things like the Heaven Burns Red one, I made sure I liked the story, and I made sure that I specified that I liked the story of it and that I knew the author of it. But you didn't catch me going, the gameplay is really fun. I love having to spend money to play the game. You'll never catch me doing that shit because I don't believe in it. You'll just never catch me going, yeah, I like live service, because, like, fuck it. Up to a certain point, that's great, but then they kill the games, and then it's worthless, and then you spent all of this time and money and effort on basically nothing. So it's like, awesome. Then it goes away one day, and you can't do anything about it. It's like, awesome, glad I don't have that to go back to later. It's just gone. Is Trackmania? I didn't even know that was a live service game. I never even noticed. I never played it, so that's a factor. I thought it was just like a one-time purchase game with like a giant community funnel. Like just a bunch of community run maps and such. Like that's all I thought it was. But that's also why I'm such a big fan of, like, if you're going to do live service, or if you're going to do pretty much any game that relies on active connection with other people and updates and such, make it possible to self-support so they can keep playing it when inevitably the game actually dies. So that's kind of where it's like, I get it. I understand it as far as, like, the capitalistic side of it. That makes sense. But as far as the longevity of enjoying a game for what it is and wanting to have fun with it, it falls real short. And that's much more value to me, is being able to go back to something after a while and have that experience again and have fun with it. Instead of just being like, oh, you can no longer open this. We canceled it. It's like, cool. Thanks. Yeah, like if Arknights was like a $5 purchase on the App Store, I think it would have done fine. Maybe not as gone as far as it did, but microtransactions do make the games last longer, but if you were going to design it that way as like a one-time purchase thing, you would not make it with the intention to continue making new updates this frequently. So like the format would be different when it comes down to it. So I don't think that that's the argument, really. It's just more of a, as a concept, I understand live service. As an execution, 99% of companies do it fuck awfully. It's so bad. And I haven't seen how Yostar is going to do it, how Hypergriff's going to do it. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So it's like, they might do an archival version. That'd be pretty sick, but it's also hard to tell. It's always hard to tell until you see the fall happen. We've had other companies go, but every company handles it a little bit differently. That's what I'm saying, Mikhail. It's like they wouldn't be able to have made updates or like nearly as frequently if it was a one-time thing. I said that, and I'm aware of that. But that's also because I, as a person, do not value having constant updates to a game. I am a make your story and call it good kind of person. DLC is fine. Add something like that. Okay. But live service is basically active DLC funding that never really stops until they decide they can't make it anymore. Or until it's not profitable anymore. So the game itself is DLC. And everything you want to play in it might be free. But at the same time, it's other people who are paying for you to play for it for free. So it ends up being the argument of, you're not really getting a game. You're not getting a story that's start to finish completed. You're not getting somebody who wrote down the plot and made it happen all at once. They had a very clear idea. Boom, jams, done. You're getting some people, and they change hands all the time, who are writing a story with characters that they've been introduced to maybe a couple weeks ago and were just brought into the company. Now they're writers. Awesome. They write the story. Now things are changing. Now the characters' traits are starting to shift. Sometimes abruptly and annoyingly, and sometimes very gradually and surprisingly well. It depends on how good the writers are. But still, there's no clear ending. And since there is no clear ending, you can only bring a story so far to completion, or like basically drag out that completion. So you might have the story planned out, but how much can we get out of it? How long can it take to get to the final chapter? You know, that's where side stories and such come in. That's where you hire more people to make more content like that. But since they have their ending, then what do? They make a sequel. Look at that. Story made. So if they had the Arknights ending from the beginning, and they made it from the beginning, they skipped all the side story stuff and all the side events and everything else that's just basically gacha-centric, they would have had the story regardless. Might have been a little bit shorter, but it would have been $5, maybe $10 download. Story. Done. Would have made less money, but it would have been the same story if they had it written from the beginning. Then Enfield being a sequel, that's how number 2s work. I mean, sure, yeah, the side stories can have a lot of lore, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was initially intended lore. And if it was, then they would have developed those at the same time. So if you want to develop the world, that's one thing. If you want to tell a story within itself, self-contained, that's a completely different thing. Like, I'm not trying to argue that they had the story down. They did, sure. But the side stories, unless they were also written at the same time, does not matter. Because they would have either included that with the main story if it was a single purchase, or they would have just added these extra details because they could, not because they had to. And then it starts becoming fluff, and then that becomes another problem. So it's like, I'm not saying world development isn't a good thing. It is, but if you're going to use the vehicle of basically live service DLC stuff to tell an extra story, that's because it's there. It's like, you're just adding it. It's not really required to get the story across. Yeah, that's what, again, that's what I'm saying, Mikhail. It's like, It's not the same format. You would not write it the same. You would handle everything all at once, and the other details that you might love, I'm not saying you can't, just are not required to tell the story. They might expand the world. That's always great. I love some world building. I talked about that earlier. That shit's awesome. I love the politics of it. But it's a completely different format, so I don't necessarily hold it in the exact same category, because it's not. They get more money, they actively update, people get to play a game that they enjoy. That's good. I don't hate the idea of being able to actively develop something. I just don't like that every single time they want to do something new, and this is not specifically Arknights, mind you. This is not one company. This is basically the whole pot of them. When they're like, hey, we're running out of money. We got that side story, put that out. And then they get it because people want more stuff. It's like, I'm not faulting people for liking it. I'm not saying you can't. Go for it. I don't think it's a bad thing. But it does do what it does, and what it does is keep a game going well past what it could have been. But the golden age will return again. Just keep that copium locked in. A lot of games do benefit from the live service system. That's not my argument at all. I'm just saying, like, as a writing format, I much prefer a story being told from start to finish in one sitting and having the ability to continue to pick that back up if I want to. I want a game that's done, not a game that gets done over the course of 10 years. It's a little too much sometimes.
今回の遠征でみんな何かしら得るものがあったみたいだね。大満足だよ。
Damn. This is, I see why people were like, you skipped stories. This is thick. I mean, I like it because it's nice to read. It also gives me a chance to talk to you guys while I'm reading. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I can focus on that. I can talk to you guys and read the story here. It's fairly easy for me to double back on the text. But also, just trying to make sure that my views there are fairly clear. I'm not a game dev. I never probably will be. And I don't think that these games are bad for doing what they do. I'm just not a fan of funneling money into something endlessly for the inevitability that it will be shut down and I won't have access to it anymore. You know? That's why, like, I'm able to read chat and at the same time, because I'm able to read you and I've got my preview screen right next to you. So, like, I've got you, the screen here, and then here is my actual screen on this screen. So 2 ways to read the game, and it's all within, like, the same scope of, like, whatever my vision degrees are. So, like, I'm able to see them. That's just the way I value your money. You're right. I'm poor as shit. Like, I've never had money in my life. So I've never seen the value of wanting to pour my personal money into a game over and over and over again. I want to be able to pay for something that's an experience and be done with it. And if the game is free, awesome. But it does not need to be that for me to enjoy it. I think it does benefit in some ways. But also, if Arknights cost $5, I probably would be trying it if it was just as interesting. But without the side story stuff, we'd still have the main story of the game. Assuming that all of that has been written since the beginning, basically nothing would change up to the main story stuff. And it's like, I'm poor, but if a game is gonna, like, be worth the money, I'll try it. That's why people spend $60 or, God forbid, $80 in Nintendo on games now. I'm free to play on this game. But I have spent a little bit of money on it. That's just more for pulls because it's fun. You, Nintendo mention. True. Gambit chat. I mean, again, it's like I do it because it's fun. It's partially for the fun of content and partially to be like, ooh, who am I going to get? I'm not against doing a poll here or there. But I'm also not going to spend hundreds of dollars on the fucking game. I think I've spent like 30 bucks on it. And that's what I would classify as the value of a game that has a story that I'm going to be playing through for a while. And I'm getting time and fun out of. It's not like I'm not. Despite my frustrations, I'm still enjoying it. It's not like I'm hating my life here or anything. Hold on, I gotta check something. Ah, okay. We're good. Oh, I turned off auto. Oopsie. Here we go. Yeah, and like for a lot of people, the monthly makes sense where you're like, okay, $5 a month, that's like a subscription. For a lot of people, that's small enough that it makes sense. And that's fine too. But also, like, if that were a requirement, that's more like where it annoys me. Where it's like, you can play the game, but you're basically getting nothing for the experience unless you pay for things. And then it's basically just... live service games are basically just abusing the concept of FOMO. You know what I mean? Like, they give you skins. They give you new events and things that you can try out if you want to pay for them. Again, this is not Arknights specific. But if you don't have a FOMO thing, you just play the game and you live your life and all's happy and well, you probably don't partake in the community at that point. But they're basically banking on the desire for people to see a skin and go, oh, I wish I had that skin, and then pay for the skin. You know what I mean? They might give you free stuff to do after a while because it balances out with their gameplay and how they manage to slowly trickle that into your wallet in game. But they're banking on those moments where you're like, oh man, I wish I had that new W skin, you know, like they're waiting for that moment because that one purchase is going to pay for the time you've played so far. Most times. But that's also not everyone's experience. So it's like, some people just like spending money. It's like, good for you. Other people like to play the full game and like to wait it out. I think that's more fun. But they still like go, are we gonna do that? Yeah. Like my point specifically from that one out of experience is stuff like Marvel Rivals does that, which technically live service. That its entire model is, here are free characters. Now here's 5 skins for those characters over the next 7-8 months. And you gotta pay for those. You either have to pay for the skin themselves, which you can use in-game money for, but it's very low to be able to gain up enough to do that. Or yeah, you pay the $20 a month, and then you get 1 or 2 of the free ones. And then you have the skin, and you gave them $20. And if you do that over and over and over again, eventually you're paying hundreds of dollars for skins, which is wild. So it's like 1 or 2, not a problem. Pay for the amount of game that you enjoyed. I have a couple of skins on Rivals. That's fine. I played it for a couple of months and I enjoyed myself. But I never spent more than I would have spent on an actual game. Yeah, for what it looks nice. Yeah, it's really just the FOMO effect. It's people who want to spend money because it's like, well, here's the new thing, here's the new shiny. They abuse that. Basically, yeah. Well, there's the difference there though, Ty, is like spending money on hobbies is fine. There should be a self-retaining limit of how much you spend. You would not catch me going to 30 movies a month, you know? That's a lot of fucking money. There are people who will spend that much money on skins. Why? But everyone has their own vice in that way. But I'm just saying you need to be careful. Like, it's fine to get a skin once in a while, to put that much effort into. Awesome. Why are you going to the movies 30 times in a month? Every single day? Good fucking Lord. You have nothing else better to do with your time? Like, if you got the money to go to the movies, I guess, 30 times. Also, how the fuck would you do that? If you're making the money to go to that, you must be making some mad passive income. And at that point, I'm worried that you're probably a scammer or some shit. Like, if you're able to make that money and have that much leisure downtime, there's probably something shady going on. And if not, maybe you're just somebody who's on call, but then it's like, good. I'm surprised that you worked your way up the ladder, managed to do that shit. That's so much. Like, good Lord. So yeah, if your income allows it, but then that becomes a moral argument for me. Because if I had this much money, and I would hope that if other people had the level of money where they're able to go to the movies on a daily basis instead of doing other things, they probably have enough money to make a difference for people out there. And they're just not doing that. It's entirely selfish. And it's like, you've got thousands of dollars burning a hole in your pocket to the point where you're like, I want to go to the movies every single day. And again, this is just an example, not a one-to-one comparison financially. Use that money for something else. Give it to people that need it. If you've got that much liquid sitting in your sippy cup, give it to a child that hasn't had food this month, you know? Like, fuck's sake. That's the philanthropist in me, I guess, but like, I've had a little money. I've had very little money my whole life. Not a lot. But there are people who do that shit. And it's like, you're spending all that money on yourself. And there's a point where I'm like, when does it move beyond self-care and hobbyist activities and just becomes kind of selfish to not share that with the people around you who are less fortunate in that way? But that's just me. I would hope that other people share the opinion, but I don't think that that's a universal experience either, which is why we have billionaires and et cetera, et cetera. That gets into more of the political scape than I really want to get into, but money is a problem. It is a gift and a curse. And that's what I'm saying, Ty. It's like, if you blame the system more than single people, that's fine. But those single people not taking action is why the system is still fucked the way it is. Those people who continue to be selfish en masse, it's not one person, it's the collective of people at that scale who don't do jack shit to truly fix it or make a difference. You're looking at people with the incomes of Bezos or Musk, and you're like, they could solve so many world problems if they just didn't hoard that shit. That's my problem. I'm not saying it's for the people who do go to the movies once a day. Again, that's not a one-to-one thing. I'm saying if you have the liquid to be able to utilize that to help other people and you're just sitting on it, fuck you. If you're using a little bit on yourself, that's great. I would hope that you're doing it in a respectable manner to not overdo it. Like to just make more sense. And I don't see the point in just spending all of your money on nothing but a hobby. You can use it for other things that benefit the world, not just yourself. You know, I don't love that people just will grab their millions or tens of thousands and be like, I'm going to Fiji for 6 months. And that's all they fucking do. It's like, you could have used that for something. Going on a trip on occasion, that's fine. Use it for yourself a little bit, but there are other people out there who could also use that help. But there's always going to be selfish people out there. So it's like, I'm not expecting that to change. I'm just disappointed that it's become part of the culture to expect that it's not going to change. And it's part of that culture that people don't see each other doing good things, so they don't do good things either. So they all sit on the money, and it all keeps growing, and it keeps getting more corrupted over time. Yeah. But this also becomes, yeah, like what you just said, Intense. Why is other people suddenly their problem? It shouldn't have been from the beginning. But if they're not going to make an effort to change it, it's going to stay that way. And that selfish shit is why we're going to be stuck in the reality that we've been sitting with. It's because people kept going, why should I help them? That we got to where we are socially in the world. We wouldn't be here if people weren't so fucking selfish. So it's not, I'm saying that they shouldn't have to. But this wealth gap would not exist if people weren't shitty to begin with. And that will need to take an active change by some collective of people. I would say about 1% of people in the world to be able to make that a little bit more balanced, to make everybody's lives a little bit better. For education, for lifestyle, for affordability of all things across the board. This has been Politics by Catharsis. All right. Let's see who's coming in here. The hell? I didn't expect that to happen. I don't fully... Can I see what these do? Okay, I thought so. Thought it was gonna be something like that. And I will save. I'll put her right here, because I don't want to deal with all this shit. I'll just leave that largely alone. I'll put like a caster down there if I need it, but I don't think I will. Especially now that I've got Lappy. No, I'm not going to use her right away. I've already got a caster there. I might as well put her here. I'll definitely put a support character. That covers most of them. Cool. Nah, I don't really need her there. If I put somebody here, it's probably gonna make her weaker. I don't want her to get like fucked up either. I mean, I do have her. Does this affect anything? No. Okay. Not too worried about this right now then. At this scale, I think I'm fine. I'll put Lappy here just to help out a little bit. This Blaze is fine. She's fine. Nobody's even made it through to her in a hot second. Nothing. I'll just set her here for the fuck of it. Like, let's go. Got no issues at this level.
Mission accomplished.
Look at all that effort. That's straight out of... so I did look back at chat after I was done with that. That's straight out of an Arknights monologue or something. Oh, the society's rewards selfishness and defies it. Wealth gap. People being shitty to each other are two entirely different issues. Well, yes, but the wealth cap does not help with that mentally for them. The ego that comes with money and the indifference that it comes with the philosophical separation of like, why should I care, is the problem. So in the world where we are, survivability is extraordinarily available. Some places don't have it as easy as others, but the fact that we are now at a place where we're advanced enough to handle all that, people can and will survive if they're given the options to, but usually in most places and most classes, people are not given those options openly and are constantly stunted by factors outside of their abilities to handle it. This is mostly, by the way, an American sort of thing. So if you're not from here, politically and financially, this might be different, but for the place where it charges you to have health insurance, shit like that affects us really hard, really fast. Especially now that they've like gutted a lot of those public support systems in the recent weeks, where it's going to become even more of a problem for many more people in every walk of life, every birthright, every financial sector is going to be affected by that under the millions and the millionaires. But that's, again, just the experience I've lived and the things I've seen. That's not the same worldwide, but it could be stopped worldwide, is the annoyance. And that's kind of where the wealth gap exists for a very obnoxious portion of people. The people who have that wealth just don't want to do anything useful with it for the people under them, because what value does it give me? That shouldn't be the question you have to ask. And if it is, you're part of the fucking problem, you know? Like, if you got millions and you look down at people and go, what can you do for me? For me to justify letting you live? Fuck you. People should not have to justify the desire and will to continue, and they shouldn't have to fight to live either. Poverty should be a myth now that survivability is so high. And survivability is hindered by people who don't want to more actively balance that out. I'm not saying people need money for free, but there are people who are just straight up denied the basics of life purely off prejudice. And that's a bullshit. That was fast. I'm getting hearing the music kind of creeping in here. I like the atmosphere of it. Part of my issue, Red, is that some of that comes from shit like this, where like income inequality is a factor that, while sure, aside from having different jobs, you can have entry-level jobs, you should still be making a livable, survivable wage. Most places, again, in the US are not, so that's another factor there. So it's like, I'm not against people working a job to make money, you know, like I'm not saying people need free money 100% of the time. It's more that they need the option to be able to work a job that will actually allow them to survive in safe areas and not a car or on a park bench. The fact that the base wage of most states, minimum wage, does not cover any of that, not even fucking close. It's like 3 times too little. A third of what we need for a basic survival, let alone anything else. So most of the time we have to live with people. For example, the job I was working, even if I were working a full-time at it, I only had part-time for it. Even if I was working full-time, I would not have been able to survive, been able to have an apartment of my own in my area. So I live with my sister in her basement now. I'm 29 years old. She has a house, was able to afford it because she was making more. She still is making more, but she's also not making enough to leave, to do anything else, to move to a house where, like, her now boyfriend that she's had this whole time has had a spinal issue and went through the healthcare system, still cannot walk, and he needs a house that actually allows him to live in it realistically, and we don't have that. It is a struggle to live here. She can't afford to sell this place and move because God forbid, the housing crisis. You know, it's not an option. And even though she's working a full-time job, she can't afford to manage even saving up for that. And he can't live in an apartment because most apartments aren't handicap accessible to the degree and movement locations you need. And nobody else is going to be helping him because the healthcare system has already failed him multiple times. So it's like, can't really win. But again, all of this could be helped by people who have millions of dollars. That is an income inequality thing. The fact that they could be helping and aren't. That's a social failure. And I'm not saying they need to give the money directly to the people. I'm saying that they could funnel the money into things that can help and restructure that shit. And they still aren't. So that becomes a problem too. I don't believe there's a job that's ever existed that doesn't require thinking, at least to some degree. My grandpa was a farmer. He was a dairy farmer. He had to think every single day. He had to keep track of his own books. He had to keep track of his cattle. Everything financially about selling his milk. It's just a labor job, seen as one of the both most useful and also most worthless jobs, depending on how you classify it. It just depends on how much you suck as a person if you think that farmers are important or not. But even if he were to do that without money being involved, he would still have to keep track of everything. The gallons he makes, how to pasteurize it, keep track of how much to trade it for, because there's always got to be a bartering system for any sort of civilization to survive, because how else would you be able to get a bed if you don't have something to trade it with? So value the bed at 50 cartons of milk. Okay. Well, he's got to keep track of all that and how much it actually costs and how much value there is on the milk. You have to control that. There's a whole market to that. And then that's where it becomes easier to make money. But it's still a pain in the ass. Yeah, we theoretically do live in a community where everyone does their part. part of that is indifference, but that's also depression and indifference based entirely on, I wish I could survive. And they can't most times. So the indifference, despite, like, no matter how hard you work, you're making the same amount of money most times. You can work a little bit harder, maybe get promoted in certain places, other places you can't. So, like, what's the value in trying so hard when you don't get a change in your income, you know? People at fast food restaurants should not have to smile at you as a requirement if they're barely making enough to be able to pay for a used car from 2004. It's oof. It's wild. Fa. Yeah, we've gotten to the point where, like, paying taxes doesn't even feel like doing a civic duty anymore. It feels like something that you don't know where it's going to go, and you don't want it to go half the places it ends up. So it starts to feel like, why am I giving this money to people for free when it should rightfully be mine? Even though they do technically give it back, it's like a whole year later, things have been spent probably on not things it should be or needs to be, stuff that they want it to be. It becomes then the classist separation of them versus us. And it would be nicer if politicians and constituents could actually align instead of politicians basically just lining their own pockets for their own personal agendas. But again, that's more of a US thing. It does happen other places, of course. It happens everywhere to a degree. But government funding is a mess everywhere. And they stopped listening to their citizens a couple hundred years ago. There was a shift in what the government cared to focus on, at least in the US, right around World War II, and it never was the same, and it never got better. People just pay their taxes because it's a federal crime to not, and people would rather not end up in jail than have to risk that. So there's a lot of issues there. That all depends on the country. Some are much better about it, but usually once you get to a scale of, you know, a couple dozen million people in your country, it becomes almost an inevitability that the government will start spending money on shit that doesn't actually need to be done. We're getting very political here. Hi, Admiral. But these are also overall thoughts, and like, I'm not into politics, but at the same time, I'm aware of the things that I think make sense, but I'm not a politician. There's a lot of granularity to it that I'm not aware of. But I also don't like that it's mostly benefiting people that are so far above me financially and in life that I couldn't give less of a shit right now, when they could be making changes instead, are making lives easier for themselves rather than the people that they're supposed to be supporting. So that's what bothers me. People have grown so much apathy to the system that it's just like, well, I guess they'll do that again today, and it's like, awesome. Adding more depression to a depressing story. That's my job. Not really, but games like this do pull that conversation out of you. About 2 weeks ago, Admiral. Where have you been? These long story moments are great for just having casual conversation, though. Yeah, I've got to try reverse at some point in the future too. That's another one. Again, I plan to get to all of them eventually. Not sure how far I'll get in each one of them, but I do plan to at least try each of them. And get to whatever point I decide is probably going to be my cap for that moment, and then I'll move on to something else. I can only make a game so interesting for so long too, even if people really want to see it, you know? There is that factor of I'm still trying to be a creator and do things that change it up every once in a while and not just doing the same thing every day. That gets boring for anyone, including myself. Gotta vary it up a little bit. Variety is the spice of life. Because we took away all the national forests. It sucks here. Okay, anyway. I did not need to go that hard on that. Oh shit. It's Calcit. My wife. I've never seen the gameplay for Reverse. I have no clue how complicated it's going to be or not. It's hard to tell. Like, I've only ever seen the, or heard the music from it, seen a couple of visuals for it, but never actually seen the gameplay. At least for Arknights, I had seen a little bit of the gameplay and, like, flashes between for, like, trailers and whatever else, but I never watched anyone play it, so I didn't know how I was going to react to it or feel it out. For Reverse, I've got nothing so far. $2,000 status. I feel like that might be overselling it a little bit. A little bit of an exaggeration. 2,000? I don't think anybody could track that many. There it is. But who is the white-haired woman? That's the question. Okay, to be fair, it is 3 hours in. I should probably call it here. I've still got videos and stuff to do today. Let me check my base and get things handled here. Got clues. Even know if I have room. I do. And I got more orders. But yeah, I've still got videos to record tonight as well. I need to work on the cup design the furry stuff that I have, the furry merch. I've got to get that worked out a little bit. So, yeah, I think it's a good spot to just end it here so far. I can play those stories to the end of me. If it's all story, those are fun. They allow me to talk and have a good time chatting about sometimes really extra philosophical stuff. Other times, probably goober random shit. So those will be fun. I'll probably stream this again in a few days, to be real with you. I still have another week or two before I even try Genshin, so I definitely got to play this a few more times. I'll still be playing it on my own time and grinding it out and seeing how that goes. I'll see how far I can get in the main story and update you guys all on that. Let's see if I start noticing anything that's too difficult for me as we go. But so far, it still seems manageable. The only issue I was having earlier was with the Such is the Joy of Our Reunion stuff and how they handle that. But we will get there. So I will see you all next time. And I guess without further ado, goodbye!